Okay, good day guys, welcome to today on Princess Anu-TV. And guys, like you can see in the title of this video, today we are going to be discussing about top 7 aviation jobs that do not require you to have a degree. And because I noticed that a lot of persons want to do aviation courses and they are bothered, what's the time I will take to go for the degree, then come back to aviation? Is it possible? Is it not possible? So this is like an insight to some jobs that you can do without having a degree. Some jobs that you can do, you still make so much money, but yet you don't have a degree. So we are going to be going into that. So I would advise that you share this with your friends, your families, especially those that have not yet gotten to maybe university or gone to college to get their degrees. So we're starting right now. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back guys, and if you're new to this channel, this is Princess Anu-TV. We talk about aviation, motivation and adventure. And if you've not yet subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and click on that bell so that whenever I post any video, you'll be able to see it and you get inspired, motivated, and you'll be able to start your career immediately. So guys, let's go into the top 7 aviation jobs that you can do without having a degree. The number 1, which is the topmost on the food chain, is flying. For you to become a pilot, for you to become whether an airline pilot, for you to become a student pilot, for you to have your PPL, CPL, the minimum requirement is going to be your O level. You don't need a degree to do it. You don't need to have a BSc, you don't need to have an MSc, a PhD. That doesn't mean these things are not an advantage maybe when you get to the airlines, but the basic requirements for you to get the PPL, CPL, ATPL, it's just your O-level results. WAEC, NABTEB, NECO, those O-level stuff, that's all you need. So you can decide to go for flying even without having a degree. It's not compulsory that you have a degree, though it can be necessary later on. That's later on. It depends on where you want to go, but you can be hired by top airlines even without having a degree. The number 2 thing is becoming an aircraft maintenance engineer. You can become an aircraft maintenance engineer even without having a degree because it's a license course. You don't necessarily need a degree before you can become an aircraft maintenance engineer. And you know, a lot of people find it hard. They say, must I go to the university to do an engineering course? It all depends like on how far you want to go, on what your aim or aspiration is. But if you get your license, to my own opinion, if you get your license and you start, then later on you can decide to get a degree. That's, I'm saying, if by adventure you want to quickly come into aviation and cover up with the time. So that's something you really have to consider. Another course that you can do even without becoming without having a degree is the flight attendant. Like, you can become a flight attendant, like cabin crew, as we all know them. The cabin crew, the fine ladies that always walk in the aircraft, feeling, we all need them because we need them for safety and we also need them for comfort. You don't have to have a degree, though the thing is that now airlines are trying to raise their standard to be like, you must have a degree before we can employ you, but still yet it's not a criteria for you to have a degree before you can get that license. It's not a criteria. And you can see airlines that accept people without degrees. So you can save up money, you come get the license, you go and start working. When you start working, you can now use the money you've gotten from your job to go or pay your fees for your degree if you still want to have a degree. So I think becoming a flight attendant, an air hostess, or a cabin crew, as we all know the name, any of the names you know or you're familiar with, you can do that even without having a also the standard flight operation, which is, we all know, okay, it's like short form, they call them SFO, the people that check the weather, people that do this, like check the basic things that the pilot needs even before they dispatch. They call them dispatchers. So even before the aircraft leaves, they check the fuel, they check the weight and balance, they check all those things. You don't have to have a degree. It's not a requirement before you can get that license. It's not a requirement that you must have a degree. So it's something that, okay, though the cost might be kind of high, that is to do the course, but I still think it's very much affordable than some other flying careers, like flying aviation careers generally, like flying, maybe engineering and the rest. So it's quite affordable, and it's something I think you can venture into. Another aviation course you can venture into that you don't need a degree is becoming a marshaller. I don't know if you've been, okay, maybe you happen to be in the airport and you see those guys that always do tell the pilots, okay, this is signifying move to this side, either to the left or to the right, or put up the engine, or move forward, or come, all those signs. People that give all those signs when the pilot is flying, these guys are called marshallers. And you don't have to have a degree before you can get that license as a marshaller. It's something you have, you just come, do the course, whether for 3 months or whatever time, the duration they give you for the course, and you can get that license and become a professional marshaller without a degree, guys. Without, I mean it, without a degree. Because these things are license courses. Like, people ask me, like, does NCAT do flying, is it like a degree, will I get a degree? The truth is that outside the country, I got to understand that so many flying schools, they kind of combine getting a degree with the flight training, so that it can give the students more advantage when they are going outside. So even as you're flying, they have like a partnership with a university, either close to the environment of the school, so that as you're flying, you can also be doing your degree course. So the moment you're done with your flying, you must have gotten your degree too. They do the partnership. But for now, Nigerian College of Aviation Technology does not have that kind of program. As at this time I'm speaking, they don't have that kind of like partnership that you do a degree and you do your flying. But I think I also read on the internet where Ilorin is trying to do that kind of a thing. That's IEC. They're trying to also do that kind of a thing. So I think if they start that kind of a thing, it's really going to be a good one, because if you're flying and you're also getting your degree, it's like 2 in 1, you know, using one stone to kill 2 birds. Like, it's really going to be favorable. But generally, guys, let's come back. You don't need a degree to do another course, which is the last one I'm going to talk about, that you don't need a degree to do, is to become, second to the last one actually, is becoming an aviation chef. You don't need a degree to become an aviation chef. If you know how to cook very well, you have this skill of cooking, you've learned it, because I don't know if you've watched all those videos where you see these professional chefs on Emirates flights. Like, these guys are skilled. This thing is not about having a degree in being a chef. It's a skill that they do it with all their, I'm going to say they do it with all their mind, they do it with all their, you need to be creative to be able to do that kind of a thing. So if you have this cooking skill and you've gone to learn it, there's all these culinary schools, you go, you pay, you get the license, you learn some art of cooking, you can be a very, very good aviation chef. And you can also partner with people that can do it very well and be a supplier to all these airlines. You don't need to have a degree to be a supplier. Like, if you know how much food that is eaten on aircrafts per day, per flight, you are going to be shocked. So, like, I think another sector in aviation that makes so much money is the catering sector, the food sector, because when people are flying, they always want to eat, they always want to drink something, they always want to like feel at home, like enjoy themselves. So if you become an aviation chef, I'm telling you, you don't need a degree to do that, and you're going to make your money, and you're going to be so super happy about that. So if you love aviation, I think this is something you should consider. Then to become a ticket, and like all these people that do this tickets reservation agent, these guys also make money, because it's like the middle, they're like the middlemen between the airlines and the people that want these things. Like, between two of us, sometimes when we want to fly, we call this reservation and ticket agents, and they're like, okay, I booked for you, I've done this. They also have their share in that, and you don't need a degree for that. You just need to have like a partnership with an airline. Just go, okay, I can volunteer to be selling your tickets, and you know, you contact these people, you're obviously the middleman, you contact the customers you need, contact the airline, you sell their tickets, the airline is making money, you're also making money, and the customer is happy. So guys, these are things that I think you should consider, because most of the time we all look at the flying parts. We don't really consider the other aspects that are actually making money, and you don't need a degree for that. So instead of breaking your head over, okay, what can I do, and all that, I think you should pick any of the 7 top courses that I've mentioned, and you're going to make enough money. Not just making enough money, you're going to be happy that you're in aviation industry, and you can use the money you've gotten from all these sectors and pump them into getting your degree or doing any other thing that you love to do later on. So guys, I hope this video helped you to understand the top 7 aviation. I think maybe there might be others, but if I find out anyone, I'm still going to leave them in the comment section or tell you more about them. But for now, these are the top 7 aviation courses that I know that does not require a degree. So guys, if you've not yet subscribed, make sure you click on the subscribe button and click on the like button, because I know you enjoyed this video. Till we meet next time, even on this same channel, keep watching Princess Anu TV, guys. Bye.